2, 1. It is Football Fury. We got Tim, we got Mike, we got a special guest. Let's get it out to Josh, who's joining our crew for today. We got a special guest from our wall. Just to let you guys know, if you're ready for this, you want to say your mind. If you're a guru, a football guru, and you want to prove it, yo, do like our boy Josh right here and show up.
No.
All right?
There you go.
Yo.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Welcome, Josh, man. Another Giant fan. My God, Jesus. This is Giant fans.
Well, at least, he's not Tampa Bay. At least he ain't a Tampa Bay fan. You don't know the pain.
Oh man. But listen, man, we have a good show, man. We're gonna start off right now. First quarter, y'all. All right, the Dallas Cowboys great Darryl Moose Johnston. He criticized Dez Bryant, who we all know is on his he's seeking a long-term contract. Okay, he criticized him for not being in OTA, saying that this is the first time Tony Romo in 3 years is participating in OTAs, that he should be here for his team. He called Dez Bryant selfish. Dez Bryant's response is that, you know, for the first 5 years of his career, he never complained about anything. He did what he had to do. 13 mil is great, it's cool, but what about my security? Now, my problem with this whole thing is, I don't think Dez Bryant understands. And I'm a big Dez Bryant fan, as you know. Dez caught it. I'm a big fan, but I'm gonna take Moose Johnston's side on this right here. You know, I'm not gonna call Dez selfish. I'm gonna call him a little bit childish. My thing is this. Basically, you're looking at security, which is understanding, very understanding. You're looking at the fact where you want to get paid, you deserve it. You are the best wide receiver in the league in my book. You got your numbers to back it up. But my thing is this. When it's coming from a guy like Moose Johnston, who's part of the all-time great, he's maybe not be a Hall of Fame, but he's big part of the reason why Emmitt Smith paved the way to the Hall of Fame. You have to listen and understand. Dez Bryant is in the same mold as stardom as Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, all those great guys. You are what the Dallas Cowboys want. They want you as a captain. They want that C on your chest. And I know you have a contract problem. My thing is this. Show the leadership. Show the leadership by coming up. Don't have your agent threaten Tom Condon, threaten the team saying that you're going to hold out week 1 and not play during the season. That's not cool. This team has dedicate themselves to you, backing you up through every problem that Dez Bryant went through. Show up. Show up. At least show up. You don't got to do that much, but show up. Show that leadership. Show that leadership. They want to see that. They want to see you with that C on your chest. That's what it is, man. Show up.
You know, here's my thing. It's very easy to tell somebody how to go through a situation after you've done played, collected all your money, started your new businesses, started your whole life, left football behind like 10, 15 years ago, and then look at him and say he's selfish. Now, if he said, come on, man, just get back in the field, we need you, I'm riding with Moose Johnston. But that selfish thing pisses me off because we act like football all of a sudden got soft-served like the NBA. People's getting injured more so now because you can't hit in practice. People breathe on the field and get injured on practice. So you telling me that Dez should not look out for himself? Like, there are more players who told the company line and got screwed over, but you don't hear about them because their name ain't Tom Brady and their name ain't Peyton Manning. There's a lot of players who don't get taken care of. Like my boy Thomas Jones went to every team, got 1,300 yards, never got a long-term contract, and then just got booted. So my thing is, these owners, they have the leverage. The players dropped the ball in the contract in the CBA negotiations. This is serious. He really has to fight for security because John Goodell can kick him off anytime for anything that happens. The owners can drop him anytime he gets injured. Like, the CBA is not working for the players. So if there's one time they got leverage, they have to take it. I'm sorry, like, the way this contract, the way that their union screwed them over in negotiations puts these players in a position where, look, if I have leverage, I have to take it now. Because tomorrow, especially in football, is never guaranteed. Now, my thing is, if you know your player is feeling like that, it's on them to handle it. You get, like, every time we want to take the onus off of the owners, we quick to bash the players. Oh, they're playing again, they're doing that. No, the owners is all making money. They all splitting that TV money. They eating. So why should the player always have to bite the bullet?
Yeah, and I mean, if we're being real here, it's a dog-eat-dog business. And I mean, if you look at it at this standpoint, anybody who owns an NFL team is no different than the players that are holding out right now. They've done something to collect and enough money and influence to own an NFL team. It's the same exact thing Dez is doing, only in the regard that he's looking out for himself. I don't understand the term selfish in the business of sports when, let's look at it this way. If somebody is selfish, you do not agree with them and you do not see it from their side. When you have Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Jason Garrett all coming up to the podium and saying, I understand where Dez is coming from, that's not being selfish. It's business. Dez has to get his while he's at the climax of his physicality, his talent, his ability, and, you know, for him to hold out. When's the last time a Cowboy held out? It was Emmitt Smith in '93, correct? He led the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. He rushed over 1,700 yards. He decided that a $465,000 salary base just wasn't enough after being the, you know, top leading rusher and leading to a Lombardi. So what did he do? He said, all right, Jerry, I'm sitting out for a few. So Jerry was like, well, I don't like to pay my people, so I'm going to go with Derek Lassick. You know what he did? He carried the ball for, what was it, like 35 times in 127 yards and embarrassed by the Washington Bravehearts on national TV. So then Jerry came back to Emmett and he's like, hey, Emmett, yeah, that first offer, bump it up $1 million and then actually added $7 million guaranteed money, and then we can do it. And then Emmett signed 48 days later. He became the leading rusher and three-peated as a rusher. Jerry needs Dez. Dez needs Jerry. They will work this out. But Dez is making that threat because he knows Jerry needs him more than he needs him.
Yep.
You know what, and I appreciate that you bringing up the fact with Emmitt Smith, because that was the beginning. That was the early stage of Jerry Jones handling contracts, and ever since that, Jerry Jones said, "You know what? I will never ever do that again. I will never have a star player do that." And ever since that, he pays everybody. Now, the bad thing is that lately, you give out the bad contracts. Marion Barber, who was it? What's his name? He went to Chicago Bears. Number 90. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. It'll come up. But he has given out bad contracts. Excuse me?
Was it a tight end?
No, it was the defensive lineman. It's the tip of my tongue. But he went to Chicago Bears last year.
Tank Johnson?
6th round pick from us.
Oh,
Tank Johnson's one of them, but it wasn't him. It'll come up. But anyhow, Jerry Jones has had a bad reputation of giving out bad contracts lately. Now, the thing is, I appreciate Stephen Jones, Willie McClay, Jason Garrett doing a great job as getting more talent. But this is where it stops. I understand you need to pay Dez Bryant. You need to pay Dez Bryant. He is the best receiver in the game. He does a lot. But at the same time, Dez should not. You have your agent threaten. That's a no. To me, that's bad for business. Dallas hasn't threatened saying that they're not going to pay it. On top of that, we all know that Tom Condon, his agents, is representing Demaryius Thomas, AJ Green, what's his name, Julio Jones. All three of them want big deals. So you got Dez Bryant, Julio Jones, AJ Green, and Demaryius Thomas. All want big deals, are trying to find a way. Okay, who's gonna budge for that big market salary? Who's gonna budge for that market money? That's the problem. You got one agent representing everybody, but the only thing is that Tom Condon, you're making threats for Dez Bryant to the team. You don't do that. That to me, that's a wrong start, especially with everything that Dez been through. Everything that Dez been through ain't like the Cowboys came out and just put them to the side. Let's keep that real. They stay by their players. My thing is this, Dez. Listen, if this was training camp and you didn't get a new deal after July 15, I can't say nothing. By training camp, you should already have this deal. You should already have this deal.
I feel like all the receivers right now, like Dez, AJ Green, all those looking for big money right now, Demarius, they're all just waiting at the back wall right now. They're looking at each other like, yo, player, go get your piece of cake. What are you waiting for? And they're waiting because you know damn well Demarius Thomas gets his contract right now, and Dez sees him at the Pro Bowl, and he's going to be like, yo, player, hey, you got X amount of stats. How are you getting this much money? What the
Exactly.
So they're like, yo, player, go get your cake, man. It's waiting for you. Well, go grab it. What are you waiting for?
Here's my problem. Here's my thing, Tim. Why trust them? So you saying do OTAs, possibly risk injury there. Somebody just
No.
Hold up, I'm not done. A rookie just tore his ACL there. What Dez is trying to do is use his leverage now when it doesn't count and be there at camp. You know what I'm saying? Why not get rid of this now, take care of it now, and then go to camp and hit and bang and hit the road? Yo.
Hey, you know what? At that note, I think that's the end of the quarter. But is there any last words? We gotta move on.
No, pretty much got that out of my system.
Go eat, Dez. Dez needs to eat so much that Tim froze up. Go get your food, get your money, because football is not promised tomorrow.
He's a top 3 receiver, and that's coming from a G-Man fan.
Yeah, easily.
All right, okay. We're going to the next quarter, y'all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.